Hey guys, this is Eric with versDESIGN, and I am bringing you my first renovation video. Yeah, if you cannot tell already, this is the house Swing by James, TheSimSupply, and I really loved this house. I loved the speed build video of it. I love the cantilever design. I just really like this house. So when I was thinking about making a renovation video, this was one of the first ones I thought of. I downloaded this house a few months ago when James first built it, and I really liked it. And I did a renovation of it then, but I wasn't recording at the time. And yeah, I just really liked this build, and I wanted to do a renovation that was more serious and just really get a good renovation of it up on YouTube. Right away, I'm going looking for a black and white design, and that does stick for the most part, and I end up using brick on the exterior as well. I struggled a little bit finding what color scheme I wanted to go for on the exterior, but what I did land on I think looks pretty good. You see right off the bat, yeah, I am changing that like center supporting wall. I end up making that white along with other parts of the house. Add some black tile in the backyard around the pool. I feel like that just looked classy. Adding hedges, or little bushes, I guess, all the way around the driveway on the left side. Just yeah, just getting the basic shape of it the way I want it and making it just a blank slate for when I go in and start adding paints and wall colors and tile and everything that comes along with the renovation. I do delete that front pathway. I just didn't really want two doors in the main living area. It was small enough already, and I thought that the extra door was just adding more things into the space that didn't need to be there. Here's the floor plan. It's fairly minimal on the bottom floor. It's an open concept, as you see most of my houses are. That one room, though, ends up being the downstairs half bath. Yeah, adding a couple windows in here. That window doesn't stick. I don't really love the way it looks. I end up using, yeah, those into the future windows. I end up just using those in the whole house. I didn't use any other windows, which I liked. I feel like it came out looking the way I wanted it to. I wanted the left side that hung over to look light, like it was floating, and I figured all glass would be the way to do it. Yeah, for some reason that metal texture made those windows look blue, and I wasn't digging it, so I come back and change the shade up a little bit, and it helps. It's not perfect. It still has a little bit of a blue tint for some reason, but yeah, it is what it is. Just adding these windows on the top floor, I end up deleting some of them. My general rule of thumb when placing windows is that the more windows you have, the more light that lets in. It makes it look more modern. So I add way too many windows and then I edit down, which seems to work out easier for me. You'll see that I go back in and I delete some of the windows, and it's not so much glass at the final product. But yeah, here's where I am really getting stumped on the colors. I like that red, and it reminded me of some of the houses I would see in Chicago. I'm originally from the Chicagoland area, and I would see these types of homes that red color. I just remember one house in a particular neighborhood in Chicago that just really stuck with me, and that was kind of my inspiration doing this renovation video. So I wanted to go with the red because the house that I remember seeing in the city was red. So but yeah, like I said, it ends up changing to a brick on the bottom floor, which I like more. I think it looks a little bit more like a realistic house rather than just this bright red color. It's brick, which is, more common on homes. Uh, yeah, just getting the doors set for or the door, I guess, on the bottom floor put in. Um, that kitchen ends up being very small. The downstairs itself is very small, so I knew the kitchen was going to be small, but just the way the floor plan worked out, the kitchen is not big, which is the theme for this house. So I'm not in love with the kitchen, but I do like it. I think it's functional and its size proportionate to the house. So yeah. Most of these colors change. I think that's the floor that sticks. I gray it out a little bit, yeah, right there, and that floor sticks. And I search for a good wood texture, and I like a lot of the ones that I used, but I was really picky. I don't know. I was just feeling very picky when I was designing this. I wanted to do it justice because the build is awesome. So I wanted the renovation to be just as good. I end up trying that green, the yellow green color on the exterior, but like I said, it looks unrealistic. It doesn't look like a real house, so the brick comes soon. Yeah, there I just deleted one of those windows. Yeah, that color is not great. Yeah, there's the brick, and I end up darkening the second floor a little bit darker gray, and that's the color scheme on the exterior that stays, finally. Um, yeah, I end up running the exterior brick through the interior, so there's an exposed brick wall, and I am able to pull it up to the second floor too, which I think looks nice. You'll see in a moment. I knock out that window, yep, right there, and put in the exposed brick, so it looks like a two-story exposed brick wall. And I feel like that just little details like that make a home look more realistic, and like that is actually, the bricks wouldn't stop at the first floor and then you paint the second floor, and that just wouldn't happen. It would be brick from floor to ceiling. So yeah, I just like to add those nice little touches, and homes take a little bit of extra time and really do things right. Yeah, I end up really liking that chair. And one thing that I have gotten as criticism for my videos, that was a big point I wanted to make in this video, is that people have told me that my builds are not colorful. And I agree. I don't particularly care to use a lot of color in my builds, and that was my attitude until I did this renovation, and I really made an active effort to use more color, more patterns, and liven the house up a little bit. And I think I succeeded in this one. I end up using more eclectic pieces of furniture, where it looks like you went to a store and bought that sofa, and you found that black and brown chair at a consignment store, and that white chair your grandma gave you. Just make it look like they're different items that you've collected over a course of time, or what a real house would look like. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that wood. I do not like that in the kitchen, but it does get changed. Um, yeah, as you can see, the bottom floor took me quite a while. I just, again, really wanted to do it right. And yeah, uh, right now I believe we are going to start on the bathroom. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, I'm barely barely even started on the living room. Yeah, they forgot about that whole wall by the front door. We end up adding in like a little seating area and stuff like that. Yeah, as you can see, trying to just use more eclectic pieces in the living room, and I do think it ends up fairly successful. I think that I use a desk. Yeah, that one from University Life, I believe. And I half put it through the wall and then cover it with bushes just because I felt like it looked really nice under there if it were like half the width. And that's what I ended up doing. Here are the shades that I use for most of the house. I feel like they're just nice modern black Venetian shades. I use them on the bottom and the top floor. Excuse me. Adding in the track lighting in the kitchen, and just some more little touches on the bottom floor, adding in some plants, some paintings, and I think that's a snake skin. I don't know. I loved it. I never saw that in the game before, and when I saw it, I just fell in love with it. It's this like framed snake skin, and it's glass on both sides. So when you change the color of the wall, you can see it behind the painting. You'll see I changed that wall to like an orange color, and you can see behind the snakeskin. I don't know. It's cool. I really liked it. Yeah, little touches here in the kitchen, just the roll of paper towels, the knives, and yeah, that reminds me that I had to do the appliances in the kitchen. I totally forgot. There's just a refrigerator and 2 shelves. So yeah, I had to go and add the appliances here in a moment. Uh, as I said in one of my previous builds, I will use those paintings in every house, and I have so far. Yeah, one thing I wanted to add were pieces of furniture that look new and pieces that look old. So like that black leather chair with the like chocolate brown like piping, I guess, around it is it looks old, but that little bench with the teal color and the metal looks fairly new and modern. So I just wanted to mix the pieces up and make them look a little bit more eclectic. Yeah, you saw me change that wall right there to orange and just adding some accents. I felt like I didn't use a lot of black on the downstairs, but it really started reading dark. So I went ahead and changed the molding on the bottom of the floors to white, and that really brightened up the downstairs area. Just doing the bathroom now. The bathroom was fairly simple and ended up larger than I thought, honestly, for a downstairs, half bathroom. I really wanted to do blue. One of my friends growing up had a blue bathroom, and I loved it. It was really like tranquil and really just calming. So I went with a blue pinstripe on one wall with navy on the other, and then this natural wood cabinet. And I feel like it ended up looking really nice. Yeah, a little bit of light blue in the room with the toilet, and I add a orange color painting, which is complementary, and I feel like it really speaks to the whole new patterns, new colors theme that I'm running with this build. So yeah, shortly here we move upstairs and start doing the only bedroom, the office, and the ensuite. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that bathroom was an ensuite. And when I was looking at the build, deciding, off camera, what do I want to do? Where do I want to put what where? Or, I wanted it to be an ensuite. And I was like, James, this was a really missed opportunity. That could have been an awesome ensuite. And then trying to place a door, I realized why it wasn't. And it made a lot more sense once I tried to place a door in that bedroom. It was just really cramped, and I didn't want to sacrifice the space of the area outside the bedroom. I wanted to make that an upstairs living area, like a hangout area. But you'll see that later on in the video, I end up having to sacrifice some of that space for, yeah, right there. I end up extending the bedroom, making it just a little bit bigger, and putting a walk-in wardrobe. The wardrobe is unusable. You're not going to be able to open the door and get in to use it, but I do put another dresser on the other side of the room. So, yeah, you don't lose any functional aspect of the game if you're actually playing the game. So, don't worry about that. I end up going for a really unique design on the wardrobe, the walk-in wardrobe. I wanted to make it look really modern, like it was the centerpiece of the upstairs that linked the living area slash office area is what it really ends up being to the bedroom. So I end up making this glass box. You'll see what I mean. I use windows to make a glass box around the walk-in wardrobe, and it ends up looking really nice. I had never done anything like that before, and I really liked it. This is what is going to be the office workspace area of the house. Um, yeah, it ends up being a more generous space than I thought, having to have had the space altered on the top floor. So yeah, just going around lightening up the house. It was reading a little bit dark, so I come in and add a little bit of color and more white molding instead of black, and it really does wonders to lighten up the place. Here's where I can't decide what to do with the office area. Um, just adding a couple things in for ideas, trying to get creative, but yeah, it ends up taking me a few minutes to find out what to do over here. I end up moving that Japanese. It looks like I'm not exactly sure what's on that painting actually. It looked like Asian influenced, so I thought that was, I mean, this isn't an Asian style house, but I thought it was all right for the build. But I end up putting that in the bedroom, and it works a lot better on that long wall anyway. So Yeah, just adding small things. I forgot to add a, a pots and pan rack, so I go ahead and do that. You'll see me do that a lot. I'll see things in menu that I forgot, and I'll run around the house dropping things. Yeah, this is the walk-in wardrobe I was talking about. I end up, uh, yeah, doing a wall right there and putting the wardrobe inside, adding windows and a door, and then carpet on the inside, which is the only place you'll find carpet in this house. Most of it is hardwood or tile. Yeah, borrowing from downstairs and doing some stripes on the inside. I really like how that walk-in wardrobe turned out. I think it looks like a kind of high-end item to have in your house, and I really liked how it turned out. That mirror doesn't stick. I end up knocking it out to do more windows around the walk-in wardrobe. Here's where the actual usable dresser in the game is. I just going through adding some knickknacks on top of it just to make it look more lived in, more realistic. Yeah, adding a plant on top, and I think it gets a painting behind that. I'm not entirely sure what goes behind on that wall. I think it's one of the Island Paradise paintings. Yeah, the swordfish right there. Um, just adding a table in my bedroom. I have a table where I just toss all of my knickknacks, like wallet, keys, all of that stuff. It just kind of goes on this one table. So I did that here too. And I add a little rug. Rugs are one thing that I feel make a house look a lot more realistic or a lot more lived in. So I've been trying to implement that more. And I do that in the bedroom. I drop 2 rugs in. Yeah, working on the last room of the house, which is the master bathroom. It's slightly bigger than the downstairs, but not by much. I didn't really know what color to go with in here, so I end up using a color that I don't think I've used before. It's a strange red-brown color on the tiles. I ended up really liking it, so that's what I ran with in here. Trying to switch up the wall paintings because I used that gray, or the wall paints rather. I used the gray throughout most of the house, and that's the tile I end up sticking with. I feel like it looks pretty modern, so I went with it. Yeah. Didn't really care for the red stock color on those late night counters, so I changed that to a more natural wood color, and I play around with the tile, and I'm not sure exactly which tile. That's the one I end up sticking with. I change it to a darker brown color to match the red brown color of the wall tiles, and then I change that wall to a brown as well, and I like it. I think it ends up looking like a nice modern bathroom. You'll see we move out of the bathroom here in a moment. That's basically done. I'm just adding lights and small little things around. Oh yeah, that's right. The counters do change to an all white. I feel like there was just too much brown in the bathroom, so I changed that to an all white. Here's where the wardrobe becomes all glass, and you may love it, you may hate it, because it's glass all the way around, and it peeks into the bedroom and into the shower as well. And yeah, I think it ends up looking really super modern, and I love it. So yeah, that's what it is. I end up adding wood textured shelves over here and adding just small little knickknacks. I found an action figure that I end up putting on the top shelf. Yeah, right there. And it's a little bit nerdy, but so am I. So I just added it. I thought it was fitting. There's that little mannequin with the navy blue dress on. I feel like that I don't know if it fits or not, but I liked how it looked right there. And yeah, I didn't use so much greenery on the inside, so I'm adding a little bit there, just so there's a little bit of green on the inside of the house. And the rest of the video, I believe, is just final touches, changing the end colors of things, adding more lights, and just, making it real polished and just taking a little bit of extra time to make sure everything's in, all of the lights, all of everything you're going to need to play in this house. And you know what, guys, that is going to do it for me. There's about a minute left in this video, so enjoy what is left. Down below, I'm going to link this original video for TheSimSupply. If you haven't seen it already, it's a great video. It's one of my favorite speed builds, so go and check that out if you haven't already. All right, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Have a good day.